Order in this homosexual court. It's the Honorable Judge Jacob Schuback.
And the Honorable Judge Ryan Gabbett. The disputes are real, the decisions are final, and the judges are homosexuals. This is Gay Court.
Wow!
Woo! Pride Edition.
Gay rights!
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Gay Court, the comedy podcast where we discuss all things LGBTQ+. But this time, it's Pride.
Gay rights!
And we're more annoying.
Bitch, you better be joking.
We've grown stronger because of Pride Month. We have extra superhero powers. We have a lot of different thoughts. And there's rainbows following us everywhere we go.
It's the year of thinking and realizing. The month, not the year, the month of thinking and realizing.
The month.
It's like, it's the gays Kylie Jenner month.
Yes, we have 1 month a year
where our brains actually function.
Where we have more than 2 brain cells.
I have the mind of a master. I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but.
So in honor of Pride Month arriving this month, we're having our first ever Pride Extravaganza.
Vegas, let me hear y'all make some noise!
It was a reach, I know, but it's fine. So this week is dedicated to Pride. This whole month is dedicated to Pride. So we're going to be discussing our first time at Pride.
We love gay!
Corporations who have done Pride campaigns, and we'll end with Let the Record Show. This month, Let the Record Show is going to be a little bit more serious, as we'll be covering historic moments in LGBTQ+ history. And Ryan is going to kick us off this week by sharing some of the history of Stonewall.
Stonewall, a New York national treasure. No, national monument. Historical monument. That's what I meant.
Historical. Yes, a historical building, a place that you can visit and see history.
Gay right. But before we jump into it, we want to invite all you guys to be part of the debate. Since we want you to all do your civic duty and be part of Gay Court, send us emails at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your queer conundrums, embarrassing dating stories, your own Pride stories, your gay crimes, or if you want us to just judge your life, just send us your stories and we'll judge it on camera, because you know why? It's Pride.
It's like Dear Abby, but it's homosexual and there's 2 of us, and it's not a newspaper, it's a podcast.
it's Dear Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yes, that's a great way to phrase it. If you don't know what to write, be sure to follow us on social at Gay Court Podcast, where we'll be posting prompts, memes, and whatever we want, because it's, yes, our podcast and we do what we want. So this week we do not have a gay lift because it's Pride Month. It's Pride Month and we're stronger during Pride Month, and we don't need a guest host this week. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Wow. But I hear and see we have a listener letter.
Mail's here. Mail's here.
And it came in an envelope. Okay. So this month is obviously Pride. So we wanted to see if any of the corporations that, have Pride campaigns wanted to sponsor our podcast. Because if you have a Pride campaign, you may as well work with LGBTQ+ creators. So Ryan, would you like to share some of the brands that you reached out to?
Amazon Music, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Trader Joe's, Blue Bottle Coffee, BetterHelp. HelloFresh, Denny's.
And what was the response to your messages?
I got no responses, except we are not looking for people to sponsor or work with at this moment, but we'll keep you in mind for future possibilities. But HelloFresh did get back to me and asked me to fill out a questionnaire, which was very extensive, so I did not do it. It was asking how many viewers you expect in next year, how many do you have right now, and then all these other things. And I was like, oh, I don't know the answer to these.
They want deep dive analytics. Well, just lie. It doesn't matter.
I mean,
we're expecting 1 million viewers every single episode.
Because we are the generic Wish version of Las Culturistas,
but we're the slave version of the Supreme Court.
Just like, can you not be gay for 5 minutes?
So I reached out to a variety of brands as well. I reached out to places like Applebee's, Listerine, Oreos. Oreos already has their
Chromatica.
Yeah, they already have Chromatica, but they've also already updated their profile picture on Instagram before June even started. And I'm like, Oreos. If you really support the gays, give me some free Oreos. Chili's, they weren't interested. Depop never responded. It's just really, really upsetting. Gatorade said that they weren't interested at this time. And I'm like,
So upsetting. It's so upsetting.
it's so upsetting because it could literally be called Gay Terade. Like, come on. The option's right there. But we did hear back from one company, one corporation that was interested in it. And they've sent us a letter, which we're going to open live on this podcast. Let me
Can you
cover
guys
my
guess the
address.
company?
That's correct. IHOP, the International House of Pride, has sent us a letter, and we're going to open it live now.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's see what IHOP thinks. Can you hear this?
Oh my god, I feel it's ASMR as well.
ASMR, a little ASMR. So this comes from Mr. Stacks Inc. In Valencia, California. There's a letter, as well as a smaller blue item, we'll call it. Okay. It's addressed May 20th, 2022 to Gay Court Podcast, care of Jacob Schubach. To whom it may concern, we are excited that we have the opportunity to participate in supporting your upcoming event. To help make your event a success, on behalf of our independently owned International House of Pancakes franchise, IHOP number 797, we have enclosed a $50 gift card to use as your organization sees fit. We look forward to serving you all in the future. Thank you. Guest Relations. I won't say their name, out of respect to their privacy. I will be framing this letter and keeping it for the rest of my life because the International House of Pride is the best thing I've ever seen.
Our first sponsor, pancakes. Who loves pancakes? All gays love pancakes. Pancakes are gay.
Everyone
Pancakes
who's
are
listening
gay.
to this podcast, you should go to IHOP. Here's the gift card. It's like 3D and like there's pancakes moving on it. So if you're watching the visual version on Spotify or YouTube, take a peek at the screen. One of my friends was like, are you going to raffle off the gift card to see if you can get more followers? Which I was like, that's a great idea. But I was planning to spend all 50 of the dollars on mimosas. And
IHOP has mimosas?
IHOP now has mimosas. See, if you sponsor our podcast, we will tell people things about your brands.
I didn't know IHOP has mimosas.
They just started recently. Yeah.
So when you go in?
I'm not sure, but I will also Venmo you $25 of it since we are equal owners of this podcast.
Thank you for the $25 for my own mimosa, but not from IHOP.
You're not going to get it from IHOP?
Well, there's like one IHOP like in the city.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's a bunch of them in Los Angeles. So
I know
thrilled.
that.
I'm going to go to everyone and be like, I'm sponsored by your corporation. So if you want to like give me special treatment.
Should we say Gay Court Podcast, sponsored by IHOP?
I love
the
that.
International House of Pride. Do you like stacks of pancakes for your Pride events? Well, you should go to IHOP because they love the gays. Gay rights.
Gay rights!
Gay, homo gay.
Oh my God. That was the best sponsored ad I've ever heard in my life. Technically, we're not even sponsored by them. They just gave us a gift card, but I will say that we're sponsored. It's fine. Our favorite brand is IHOP on this podcast.
We love pancakes.
You know who we didn't reach out to but should have?
Grinder?
Yes, Grinder, but also Lionsgate. The Pinocchio movie. They could have done something for us.
We could have met Pinocchio.
We could have met Pinocchio. Damn. Well, once again, thank you to IHOP. We look forward to being supportive patrons of your
Establishment.
Establishment.
Your internationally renowned, privately owned business establishment known as the International House of Pride Pancakes.
Pride pancakes.
Pancakes.
Pancocks. It's a good idea. Put me on the board of IHOP. I'll come with some ideas. All right. So I think that can take us to our first segment, Gays on the Case. Ryan, would you like to introduce us to Gays on the Case? What is this? I've never heard of it.
The thing we do every freaking week. But okay, Gays on the Case, where we look at something queer and dissect it. This week, we'll be discussing the first time we ever went to Pride and what our experiences were like. Should I go first or should you go first?
You can go first because I'll go first for the next one.
Okay. So my first Pride was in the 2016 Pride,
Good
which
year. That's my first
apparently
Pride too.
was
Yeah.
Jacob's first Pride as well. So, two brain cells. We
Two brain cells.
We share two brain cells. That's it.
Same birthday and the same, ascent through gay experiences, apparently.
We are the same person in the multiverse, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Anyways.
So my Pride was on June 26, 2016. Me and my friend went to the West Village, but she had to leave mid-Pride because her period had an unexpected arrival.
Oh. Periods are not welcome at Pride.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they are, but unfortunate.
Not when you're not planning for
Yes,
it to
yes.
arrive. So we were in the West Village. So I think we were on Gay Street or like near Gay Street.
Wait, there's a gay street?
Yeah, there's a Gay Street in West Village.
Because people are gay or like for some other reason?
I don't know, but usually during Pride, they always have these like signs. It's like Gay Street, Lesbian Street. Like they add to that Gay Street, but then they remove it after Pride. But like it's called Gay Street.
They should just change it to Lesbian Street. Like, come on.
Yay!
I'm gonna Instagram DM, I don't know, New York City and be like, can we talk?
So I think we were on Gay Street, or at least nearby. We were also very near Stonewall at the time. So what happened for my Pride? We narrowly missed Hillary Clinton. Like me and my friend were too short. So like there are just people cheering. We're like, what the hell is going on? Who are they cheering for? We don't know. Then like we saw on like Instagram or Twitter or something later. It was literally Hillary Clinton.
Fair.
Yeah. But we were too small to see. We left Pride a little early. We ended up at McDonald's, and me and my friend discussed Quick Check, which is, to people who don't know, is like a Wawa, which
Wawa.
is sort of like not really like a 7-Eleven, more like
Like
a Hawaiian 7-Eleven.
An AM PM.
But like more.
So like more than a 7-Eleven, but less than a CVS.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Period.
That's exactly what that is. It's like a Japanese convenience store, but not Japanese.
Okay.
Well, do you know how like Japanese convenience stores and like the 7-Elevens in Hawaii are just, they're more, you can like buy other things.
Mhm.
So it's like that, but not that.
Got it.
Mhm.
Caught up.
So we discussed that over chicken nuggets or whatever we got at McDonald's. My friend left, and then I kind of wanted to like explore more.
Mhm.
So I walked around, and then I saw at the time, it was right before All Stars 2 started. So there is an All Stars 2 float, like RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 2. So all the queens are on there, like Alaska, Tatiana, Coco Montrese, and they're all like dancing to Diana Ross's The Boss. It was a bop. And then Nico Tortorella from Younger and the other crap he's been on, I have no idea, but I'm going to keep bopping. He was also there, just shirtless, dancing.
As he should be.
It was a mood. It was a very good Pride.
Wait, so you were alone at Pride?
For half of it.
I was alone for all of mine. Strange.
Multiverse.
Multiverse.
The multiverse of madness.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So how would you rate your overall first Pride?
My first Pride, I would rate a 9 because it was my first Pride. It was quite fun. Maybe an 8.5. Maybe an 8. I rated an 8.
It's just going down.
I rated an 8. It was a good time. I had no idea what was going on. Not because I was like drunk or anything. I just was like I was like
You're overwhelmed.
sensory overloaded. I was like,
Where am I? Am I gay?
where am I? Am I?
Am I? Maybe.
Questionable. Actually, I was speaking to a man today over the phone about like Chase banking. Long story. Anyway, he was asking about like my like current living situation. He was like, "Do you have any wife and kids?" And I was like, "Come again? He was like, do you have wife and kids?" I was like, "Oh no, I do not."
Did he pick up on why you don't?
No, I don't think he did.
You should have asked for a discount. It's Pride Month, baby.
It's not yet Pride Month. There's 4 more days.
Yes, we're recording in May, but this will be launched during Pride Month. So I'm creating the illusion.
Oh, the illusion has been broken. I'm sorry.
We broke the fourth wall.
The fifth wall.
The fifth wall, because it's a podcast. Any final thoughts in your Pride experience, or should I jump into mine?
Don't wear jeans in humidity and 90-degree weather in New York City. That's all I will say. My loins were burning.
Oh, yo.
Burning loins.
It's a great tip. And also always wear SPF. It's important, especially at Pride.
Uh-huh.
All right. So my first Pride was also in 2016. And I had just hopped off the plane at LAX about a week before Pride in Los Angeles.
Did you have a dream in a cardigan?
I did have a dream in a cardigan. I was moving out to Los Angeles to follow my dreams of working in entertainment and becoming a star.
Did you fulfill those dreams?
No. But I do have a podcast now.
Oh, you have 2.
A sponsored podcast. Ooh. It was my first time in Los Angeles. Didn't have any friends because I just moved to Los Angeles. And so I was like, I want to go to Pride because I'm out and I'm proud and I want to see what it's all about. So I tried asking some of my intern friends if they wanted to go, and none of them wanted to go with me, which was very upsetting. And so I got in an Uber and went to West Hollywood alone and showed up there for the first time ever. And similar to you, was just sensory overload. Did not know what was happening, didn't understand what was going on, missed the parade, which I'm like, I love a good parade. I'm homosexual. So the way that West Hollywood's Pride works is there's just the bars and the strip. Mm-hmm. And then inside the park, there's a music festival concert thing, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, I'll go to the music thing. Didn't realize I needed a ticket. Mm-hmm. So they were like, if you don't have a ticket, go over there to get a ticket. And I was literally in an alleyway, a dimly lit alleyway. And there was just someone with a folding table just sitting there and selling the wristbands to get into the concert. And I was like, okay.
How much were wristbands?
I think it was $25.
Oh my God, not bad.
Not bad.
You can't find that now in this inflation.
You can't. Joe Byron, what are you going to do about the inflation about Pride? Think about it. So I got my wristband and I was waiting in line and I made friends in line. I was I was just talking to random people and I was like, I'm gay and it's my first Pride and I just moved here. And they're like, that's really cool. Okay. They're like, do you want to hang out with us for a little bit? And I was like, sure. Okay. So they wanted to go to all of the bands that were not very good when Haley Steinfeld was playing. And I was like, guys, Haley Steinfeld is playing. Should we go see Haley Steinfeld? And they're like, who is that? And I was like, I gotta go. So I left those people. I've not seen them since, unfortunately. Can't say that I made friends at Pride, unfortunately. I went to Haley Steinfeld, had a great time there, and I was just chilling in the back of the crowd. And then they're like, Carly Rae Jepsen is coming on stage. And I don't know what came over me, but I just weaseled my way to the front of the stage. I think I got to the 3rd row. I didn't get front row. And I just saw Carly Rae Jepsen up close and personal. And it was honestly one of the best concert experiences I've ever been to. And I will cherish it forever.
What did she sing? What did she sing?
This must have been in the Emotion era, I want to say.
Was that song that we use as a sound of the podcast? No.
Oh.
Is it called?
Run Away With Me. Yeah, she played that. She definitely played that. Oh, God. It was so good. If you scroll back far enough on my Instagram, there's a really up-close picture of her. I'll find it and screenshot it and post it onto our account as well.
Right here.
But one of my favorite parts of the Carly Rae Jepsen experience was that the gays in the front row were fighting.
I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Over who could get into the front row. And at one point they were all pushing each other and shoving. And I was like, I don't want to be in a mosh pit at a Carly Rae Jepsen concert. And one of them just stopped and like snapped and was like, Carly would not accept this. Carly does not want us to be fighting at Pride. This is unacceptable behavior. Just stand where you are and watch her. And I was like, oh my God, I love Pride. This is incredible.
The gays are fighting.
The gays were fighting at Carly Rae Jepsen, and it was beautiful to me. And that was my first Pride experience. I don't really remember how I got home or when I got home.
Nice.
I think I feel like I like vaguely remember like walking out of West Hollywood like a little bit in a daze and just like walking for like a couple of blocks to try and make like the Uber price go down because I was still in college and didn't have any money. And like the surge pricing at Pride was like 6 or 7 times or some crazy shit like that. And I was like, I'm not paying $100 to get home.
So how would you rate your Pride experience?
I think I would have preferred to go with friends. So I'm going to take a point off for that. But Carly Slay Jepsen slayed my life, changed it for the better. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Has any Pride post that Pride top that Pride? I said Pride like 5 times in that one sentence.
I don't think so. There was one where I like walked in the parade with the company that I was working for at the time.
That's nice.
Which was like
that sounds so bitchy.
Well, like it's kind of like weird to just like walk like with a corporation.
And it's kind of like,
and then like at the end of like the parade, you're just like hot and sweaty, and you're like wearing a shirt that says Hulu, and it's like I want to wear something like hot and sexy and cool. I did crop the Hulu shirt. I was like, I'm cutting this up, and they're like, okay. I don't know, but yeah, I would say Carly Slay Jepsen was the best out of all of them. Also, side note, but I actually met Hillary Clinton.
When
I worked at Hulu, she had a documentary that came out as a 4-part series. Ooh. And it premiered in New York. Literally like the week that everything shut down for Rona.
Oh. And
I was like standing like this close to her, just like chatting with her. Like she was like, I'm not going to shake your hands. There's like something going around. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm like, not whatever. And I was literally just like talking to her, no mask. And I was like, what if I was like, it just doesn't seem safe.
It's okay. She's Hillary Clinton.
I interviewed her and I asked her how many different pantsuits she thought appeared in the documentary. And then I was going to count them and make a TikTok about it. But then everything shut down for Rona and it didn't feel appropriate to post anymore. So it never saw the light of day.
73.
I think she guessed like 75.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'll go back and count one day, one of these days.
Well, I guess this is the perfect pipeline to segment 2. Investigates.
Slay!
Slay! Slay!
Investigates, a segment where we cross-examine the same theme or topic. As we mentioned, this week's theme is brands who activate during Pride Month. And honestly, some of them are just fucking cringe. So let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it. So I wanted to take a dedicated moment to Target because Target has some of the most iconic and terrible merch related to Pride that I've ever seen. And
Butch, please.
Butch, please. Every year I buy something from Target and it feels hateful to do it, but I'm like, I can't not do it because it's too camp and iconic not to. So the first thing, I'm actually wearing it today. I have this shirt. It's a tie-dye shirt with rainbow colors and it's got SpongeBob with a rainbow on it, which I was like, you can't not buy that. SpongeBob is a gay icon. Had to have it. This year, I was in the store. I was texting Ryan in real time as this was happening. And I got the Target shot glasses.
The infamous Pride shot glasses for 2022
They
Pride.
Were $13. And I don't even think they're real glass. Like, I haven't opened them yet because I haven't. I think they're just like plexiglass. Did you hear that?
Yeah, what is that noise?
Every day this guy comes through and he sells food from his truck and it plays La Cucaracha to let you know that he's here. So that's what that sound was for our listeners at home. Anyways, so the 4 shot glasses that come in the Target Pride collection are as follows: the resident astrologist, granola gay, the group mom, and chaotic bisexual.
Sarah?
Sarah is our chaotic bisexual. But I'm
Wait,
fascinated by this. Like,
we've had 4 gay lifts so far. Which one is which?
Them. Oh gosh. Okay, chaotic bisexual is Sarah because she's bisexual.
Yes.
Oops, I almost dropped it. Oh, but she could also be the resident astrologist because she has tarot cards.
True. I will say, Luis does love a good astrology moment.
Okay, Luis can be the resident astrologist, which means Alex or Christian are either granola gay or the group mom.
Which one do you think is which?
I feel like Alex would be the group mom, but I'm only basing that off the idea that he's a teacher and is good with kids. But what do you think?
I could see that, yes. Is there a reason to give
Christian the granola guy?
Yes.
I don't know that he likes granola like that.
But
Is Alex?
he did go to the diner.
Oh,
And
he
diners
did.
have breakfast foods.
Which is granola related.
Mm-hmm.
We've made some assumptions about the group of people that we've made gay lips. One day we'll get them all together and we'll take shots from the Target Pride collection. In terms of other things that Pride or Target has had in the past that I just want to reference and talk about.
Butch, please.
Butch, please. They had a series of candles. The candles said things like Butch, please. The summer of 1969, which is reference to Stonewall, which we'll dive into later. And I can't remember what the third one was. What was it?
I don't know. One of them was cinnamon flavored, and I was like, oh.
They did also have a juice thing, like a container that you could pour drinks from, and it said "Cheers Queers" on it, and I was like, that's pretty fun. It was Queer Magic, which was juicy citrus.
I love how Pride items that these companies create are low-key somewhat homophobic, but we eat it up because it's camp.
Yeah, it's borderline homophobic, but camp.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Pride suit that they had.
Last year.
It was last year.
It was last year.
It
was last year.
First of all, where are you going to wear that?
Nowhere.
It's not going to draw attention to you in a negative way. And you can't wear it to Pride, like you said. You can't even wear pants to Pride because it's too hot.
Exactly.
Target. I need to get a Target, I don't know, marketing
representative
or a representative on this podcast to talk about it because I'm just fascinated. Who in the room was put granola gay on it? What does that mean? I need to know. And they're not going to tell me.
I'm guessing it's just a health conscious granola eating bag gay.
I need to DM Instagram or not Instagram. I need to Instagram DM Target and figure out what this all means.
I tried, but they never responded.
They never responded?
No. They were we'll get back to you in 24 hours. They never did. It's been 5 days.
Oh my god. I just signed up for Target Circle, which is their rewards program. So as a member of the Target Circle, I will be calling customer support and asking.
As someone who pays into your corporation, I own 0.008% of this corporation, this establishment. I deserve to know why
it says
gay
granola
is a
guy.
thing.
I'm going to change my Twitter handle to granola guy.
Good for you.
All right. Now that I've gone on a diatribe about Target, I think we can play our first game, which is called Slay or Nay, which we'll be looking at some items that corporations have made over the years and decide whether it's a slay and that we would buy it or a nay and we would not buy it. Maybe even boycott it. Since I just talked about Target, would you like to go first?
All right. I'll start, not with that one. I'll leave that for the last one.
Okay.
So Skittles. I don't know when these came out, but they have these whitish gray Skittles. The bag itself is also whitish gray. So there's no color whatsoever. It's a grayscale bag with white Skittles. And the tagline is, only one rainbow matters during Pride.
I hate it. Personally, if your brand is
both. Somehow the fact that there's no rainbows is homophobic, but the fact that there is rainbows is also homophobic.
Yeah, it's why would you take a a product that's already a rainbow and take away the rainbow?
Because only one rainbow matters during Pride, Jacob.
But also, my question then is like, if they're all white and like grayscale, like, how do you know which flavor you're going to eat? Like, I
Because
personally,
Skittles are all the same flavor.
they are.
Yes.
I thought that was a lie on the internet.
No, they're all the same flavor. They're just different colors.
Okay, but they taste different to me. Like the lime ones taste different than the purple ones. No? We need to do a blind taste test.
I could not tell you the last time I had a Skittle. Maybe a couple years ago.
I personally would not purchase this, so I'm going to vote nay.
Nay.
Nay for me.
Nay. Okay. My next one is Budweiser. They had these cups that somewhat had the colors of different flags of the LGBT community. So there was transgender, intersex, and gender fluid. I will say I do love the color schemes. I like how it's not just rainbow. I appreciate that. But the fact that beer is basically a straight drink, I don't approve this.
Wait, were they shot glasses or cups?
They're like the beer cups, like the big ones.
Like a solo cup?
No, like the
Oh, like
the
a
big
stein?
Yeah, sure, whatever you call stone.
A stein?
Julia Fox.
I'm looking at the picture now. It's like a glass big cup.
Mm-hmm.
I would not buy that. Absolutely not. It's a nay for me. That's no. Love the thought, love the concept, but no.
My next one is the IKEA bag, the infamous blue IKEA bag, but it's just rainbow. It's a giant rainbow.
This one I think is iconic, and I like kind of need to have it because it's just so
there.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fair. That's fair.
And like you could just fit a lot of stuff in it.
We love things you can fit things in.
We love a bag that can be filled with things.
Like any other bag.
But this one's a rainbow.
Okay. This one is more of it's more generic, but I don't get me started on the shoes that like Nike, Converse create, and they're always like a gradient of rainbow. Where does one find a place to wear rainbow shoes? How do you match rainbow shoes? Black, but it's hot.
I feel like the picture that you chose, like the picture on the left, it's kind of giving like clown shoe. Like,
it is.
I'm sorry to say it. Like, I'm sorry to be a little homophobic, but like, take the rainbow off of the shoes. It doesn't need to be there.
It doesn't.
Like, I could see like maybe like a cute little embroidered rainbow on like the heel. Like, that could be fun.
Some Nikes have like the cute little rainbow, and that one's like, I like that. It's tasteful. It's the one where it's the entire shoe is a gradient rainbow where I'm like, Mama, where do you use this?
It feels like also like a good opportunity to change the Nike swoosh into a rainbow. Like,
I think they did that one year.
Oh, they did that. I should be a marketer at Nike.
They already chose your idea, so probably not.
Damn, you hate to see it. I'm gonna give it a nay as well.
A yay for subtle
Yes.
rainbow. A nay for in your face
For
rainbow.
full rainbow, yes. But full rainbow on IKEA bag is acceptable to me somehow.
Yes, I can see that.
I don't know why, but it is.
My last one, of course, has to be ex-president Donald Trump's merch that says "Make America Great Again" in rainbow. He did have Pride merch. Who buys this?
Gays for Trump.
I know, but who buys this?
Gays for Trump.
I know, but who buys this?
I have never seen this merch in real life, but if I did, I think I would be like very confused. Like, I think it would be a very jarring experience to see this and be like, huh? What's happening here? But since it is Donald Trump, it's going to be an instant nay from me.
I'm sorry. It's going to be a nay. It's just nor.
I'm not even sorry. I'm just like, it's a nar.
Oh, yeah, just nor.
Just nar.
Snore. And then honorable mention was Entertainment Weekly's logo that just says "ew" in rainbow.
Every time I see that their logo is just ew, I'm just like, can't we do something about this? Like, can't we just, I don't know, make it something that's not ew?
Ew.
Ew. Ew.
Ew, David.
If they had the ew David like tie into it, I'd be like all about it. But it was just the rainbow and the EW wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm. Now it's your turn.
It's
What
my
brands
turn.
Did you find?
I found a lot of brands.
Tell me about more.
So the first one, this was also near and dear to my heart. So I'm curious to see what you think about it. It is Kellogg's X Glad did a partnership where they put all types of cereals in like a rainbow and put them in the same bowl. So there was like Fruit Loops with like mini wheats and like all these different characters on the box, and they all came together to celebrate Pride.
That was cute. I like that.
Would you buy it? Was it a slay or a nay?
I don't really eat cereal, so I probably wouldn't buy it. But I appreciate it, so it's a yay.
This one was near and dear to my heart because the impetus for this entire podcast was me going to parties
Oh my god.
all summer long, and I was like debating straight people over who the gayest cereal mascot was.
Which
And I
is
was
a
like, I need to-
topic we should
We
discuss
haven't discussed it yet.
on the third episode
Yes.
for Pride. We should
Stay
discuss
tuned for
that.
Pride. We're going to discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
The second one that I found was, I can't remember what the brand was, but it was a sandwich that was
It
wrapped in
says
like
M&S Foods.
M&S Foods. And it was the LGBT, which stood for lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato with rainbow packaging.
Okay, it's so cringe that I love it, and I do love a good BLT, so I would buy it because it also that means there's guacamole, which means there's avocado, and I love avocado.
Yeah, it's like a delicious sandwich, but also just like
Gay.
it's gay. And I love that. Next was Bud Light. I also chose a beer brand, even though I don't really drink beer.
It's gonna be a nor for me. It's just a nor.
Just an immediate nor. Well, they took LGBTQ and made it like an acronym that says, "Let's grab beers tonight, queens."
Yeah, nor.
Okay, what if it said, "Let's grab beers tonight, queers"?
That seems more homophobic because it's
I
Bud
know, but
Light.
which is more interesting to me. I'm like, ooh. It's also notable that the bottle was also a rainbow.
It's giving Svedka.
We love Svedka, and it's awesome. So the last one I had was Listerine. They put a rainbow on their Cool Mint mouthwash, and that's all that they did. Let me read what it says. Oh, it says what each of the colors of the rainbow stands for. So it's life, healing, sunlight, nature, peace, harmony, and spirit, which is what the actual colors of the rainbow stand for. So it is historically accurate in a way.
Nor.
Nor.
It just seems more like a cop out. Just put just put a rainbow thing. The gays will think, well, we like them. It's fine.
It's sheer rainbow capitalism.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? I will still buy the generic one that's $5 cheaper.
This is true. I didn't need to pay $5 to make it a rainbow. And I will also say Listerine did get back to me on Instagram, and they were not interested or just didn't have the resources or like weren't looking for people. So
They don't have resources, but they can put a rainbow
apparently.
on a bottle.
We'll see what it's all about.
Mhm.
So basically we said no to pretty much everything.
We said no to everything but the cereal, the sandwich, and the apparent
IKEA
IKEA
bag.
bag.
We got an IKEA bag full of cereal and sandwiches. That's all
So
we care about.
basically, we're just a gay shop in groceries.
Yeah, that's what we want to be.
I am.
Iconic.
We are granola gays.
We are the granola gays. I see it now.
Mhm. Jacob, do you have any ideas of what companies should do during Pride?
I have lots of opinions and lots of thoughts about this because I work in marketing and I love to come up with ideas that are unsolicited. So the first one I had was for Home Depot. I thought it would be fun if they changed their name from Home Depot to Homo Depot.
Just for a month.
Just for a month, and change the background from orange, ugly, gross, tough.
To red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Yeah, which is fun, fresh, flirty. I think it would be a good idea.
Fierce. Slay.
It's a play on words. We love it. The next one that I had was Gatorade, which obviously gay Torade, it makes perfect sense. It's right there. It's right in front of them.
Mhm.
Make a pack of 6 with every color of the Gatorades, even though blue is the only good flavor. What? You think there's other flavors of?
Orange.
Oh, you like orange Gatorade?
Yeah, I love orange Gatorade.
I would give red a chance, but
No,
blue
I love
is
orange.
the cool blue, like the ice blue or whatever it is.
That one's all right.
No, that's the best one.
No, it's all right.
It's the only one I would ever.
It's
drink.
all right.
Okay, well,
It's all right.
When we get the Gatorade 6-pack of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, you can have the orange and I'll have the blue. And the final, taking it back to where we all started, the McDouche.
McDouche.
If they did it, there would be a line around the block to get it.
A McDouche.
A
Would
McDouche.
be for Jacob's happy meal. His happy gay meal.
It's my gay meal. My
His
gay
gay
meal.
Yes. His gay meal.
Exactly. That's what we
McDouche.
want. That's all we want. A
All we
McDouche.
want.
I don't even
Yes.
remember why we thought that.
No, because you were talking about how we should talk about brands. And then you were like, they should do for Pride the gay meal, but it's the happy meal. And I was like, what the hell will you put in it? A douche? And you're like, yeah, McDouche.
Yeah. Thank you for remembering my words better than I do.
Of course. We share 2 brain cells.
Yeah. I'm glad you're the memory of the brain cells and I'm the, I don't know, here. What are your ideas for things brands could be doing to engage the gays?
To add on to your McDouche idea,
Mm-hmm.
it should be a whole line. So it's like the McDouche, McPoppers, McJockstrap, McAnal beads.
Not the McBeads.
McBeads. You have to have McBeads. They're all like branded with McDonald's logos. They're all like
So-
gay.
So no actual food. You're just thinking
Oh no,
like
it'll
what's
come.
inside the Happy Meal.
Well, like no, like there'll be food
But a chance to get 6 toys. 6 promotional items, we'll call it.
or promotional because we only have 4 planned.
Oh, we only have 4. I'm sure we could come up with like 2 more at least.
McDouche, McPoppers, McJockstrap, McBeads, McLube.
That's nasty. But fair. I'm like, what else do gay people like?
Oh, we can get it for just Pride Month. You can make a McMimosa.
Ooh, I like
Mc-
that.
It'll be a McMosa.
They are doing drag brunch at Taco Bell's around the country right now.
What?
They're doing drag brunch at Taco Bell now.
Oh my God, I'm living.
It's like an
I
easy
have to
opportunity for McDonald's to just steal that.
I have to go.
I've never been to Taco Bell, but I would go for
So
that.
like, because it'll come with like a meal, like a happy meal, so like a 4-piece nugget, or if a gay doesn't eat, just like a water.
Sprite, a
McDonald's
vodka
Sprite,
soda.
McVodka soda,
I love that with 17 limes.
McArnold Palmer.
Mm,
Mm,
Slay.
Slay.
What else you got?
Dick's Sporting Goods. I mean, come on. It's in the name, Dick's. So like, don't be shy, Dick's. Just give us a free dildo with each purchase.
So you're gonna go buy like a badminton racket
Mhm.
and also expect to receive a free dildo.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, makes sense.
Or like, I don't know, like what else could Dick's be? Give me like a 6-pack of hot dogs.
We love Dick, and it's awesome.
Kielbasa. Chorizo.
Sausage.
Just give me my badminton racket and a giant kielbasa or chorizo. That's what you should do, Dicks. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gay people love sports and dicks. Sporting goods. Anyways,
My last one are just coffee shops like Starbucks or Dunkin', because a fag loves a good iced coffee.
that we do.
Yeah, and then you know how like Dunkin's logo is America runs on Dunkin'. It could be Pride runs on Dunkin', and it's just a commercial of just gay men running around the city with iced coffees.
Don't you think it should be like America speedwalks on Duncan? Gay speedwalk on Duncan?
No, Pride runs on
Pride
Dunkin'.
speedwalks on Duncan? A gay loves a good speedwalk.
A gay loves a good iced coffee with a speed walk.
That is true. There's nothing more powerful than speed walking with an iced coffee.
There's nothing powerful than a gay
During Pride Month.
with a nice coffee.
Speed walking
Speed
through
walking.
the streets of speed walking on Gay Street.
So those are my ideas.
Honestly, like McDonald's, if you're listening, pay us. Give us money, sponsor us. We will create these items for you. Ryan's already photoshopped half of them.
Yeah, I did already.
We'll post it on the Instagram. Check it
Of
out.
course. McDouche, McPoppers,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being
Duck
a McDonald's social media manager, opening up Instagram and being like, "What did I just get tagged in?" Fake news to the upteenth degree.
It's just a McDouche.
It is. Oh yo yo. I think
So
that
that leads
takes
us to segment 3.
Yes, segment 3. Let the record show.
Let's go.
So Let the Record Show is the part of the show where we normally go over pop culture moments in the LGBTQ plus community and determine if they'll go into the gay court history books. But for Pride Month, we'll be celebrating the history of the LGBTQ plus community with historical moments that have happened. And of course, they're already in the history books, so we'll just keep celebrating that history. I love history.
telling the gays and the young gays and our heterosexual friends who still listen to our podcast the history of queers.
The important things in life, the groundbreaking
free.
moments. Ryan, take us away.
So for the first historical moment, I'll be discussing, not taking on, the 1969 Stonewall riots, also known as Stonewall Uprising, that occurred on June 28th, 1969. Jacob, what do you know about Stonewall?
I think everything I learned about Stonewall was from a candle that I saw in Target that said the summer of 1969.
Also,
Not really.
Also, no one died. No one died? No one died.
Like when people don't know what Stonewall is. You know what I mean?
Why don't you tell everybody what that is?
That was fighting for gay rights, and people were killed.
Nobody was killed at Stonewall.
Nobody was
Nobody
killed?
was killed at Stonewall.
So, on June 28th, 1969, New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn, a gay club located in Greenwich Village, West Village.
It still exists in Greenwich Village, correct?
Yes, it's still there.
Yes.
I think it's more West Village than Greenwich Village, but whatever.
Oh.
I don't make the villages. But, so the raid eventually started a riot among bar patrons and neighborhood residents as police roughly hauled employees and patrons out of the bar, leading to 6 days of protests, violent clashes with law enforcement outside the bar on Christopher Street, in neighboring streets, and all around New York City. The Stonewall riots served as a catalyst for the gay rights movement in the United States and around the world.
Yes, indeed. And the raids were just happening regularly, right? Where it was just police would just
so like
be homophobic.
Not gay rights.
Not gay rights.
So basically in the 1960s and like the earlier decades, the LGBT individuals would like go to these secret gay bars for like refuge to find themselves openly and socialize without any worry. But because of the New York State Liquor Authority, they would penalize and shut down establishments that were serving alcohol to these LGBT individuals because they were saying that mere gatherings of homosexuals were considered disorderly.
That's hateful. Also, I did not know that there was a New York State Liquor Authority, which I guess makes sense because that's how you get a liquor license.
And that's how you get rid of your liquor license.
That makes sense. And it's also why LGBTQ plus spaces are so important because
they're safe spaces. They're original safe spaces.
Yes, exactly.
But thanks to these efforts by activists, these like regulations were overturned in 1966, so LGBT patrons could be served alcohol. But engaging in gay behavior in public, like holding hands, kissing, dancing with someone of the same sex, was illegal. So police harassment of gay bars continued, and many bars still operated without liquor licenses. But it was mostly in part because they were owned by the mafia.
Oh, wow. It's wild that this was just like, I think like 50, 52, 53 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's so much has changed in
Actually,
half a century, which is...
Isn't it more than 50?
I can't do math.
I can't do math
because
okay.
70 would be like basically like the 70s to the 2000s is 30, and then the 2000s to 2022 is 20.
Okay.
And that's 50.
Okay.
Slay.
So Stonewall Inn became a very important part of Greenwich Village because it was like pretty large and like really cheap to enter. And also it welcomed drag queens who were very had very bitter reception in other gay bars and clubs, which I found very interesting considering now it's like each club, if you don't have a drag queen, are you even a gay bar?
You're even a club.
Yeah, literally. But Stonewall also was a home for many runaways and homeless gay youth who couldn't afford entry fees, and they're basically the only bar, the gay bar that allowed dancing. But so, like how I said, like all these like mafia run bars, like raids were still going on, but corrupt cops would usually tip off these mafia run bars before they occurred so they could hide their alcohol and they could like stop any other illegal activities. According to the article I read on history.com, the NYPD actually stormed Stonewall just a few days before the riot happened. But the day Stonewall happened on June 28th, it was a surprise. Like no one was tipped off. Like the corrupt cops didn't tell them. So armed forces with a warrant ran into the club, roughing up patrons, finding all the bootlegged alcohol and arresting 13 people. A lot of them, they're saying, were wearing not gender appropriate clothing. So female officers would take these patrons to the bathroom and check what their gender was.
That's horrible.
Yeah. So fed up with all these constant police harassment and social discrimination, angry patrons and neighborhood residents hung around the bar, and rather than disperse, they became extremely agitated. And this created a full-blown riot with hundreds of people being involved. Police and a few prisoners and Village Voice writers barricaded themselves in the bar when the mob attempted to set fire after breaching the barricade repeatedly. The fire department and riot squad were eventually able to douse the flames, rescuing the inside of Stonewall and disperse the crowds. But protests still went on for the area for 5 more days.
I didn't realize that it was 5 days. I didn't know my history.
Neither did I.
Whoops. And that's why we have this segment.
Yay. Thank you, Pride.
Yes.
But though the Stonewall uprising didn't start the gay rights movement, it was a galvanizing force for LGBT political activism, leading to different organizations like the Gay Liberation Front, the Human Rights Campaign, GLAAD, PFLAG. And on the 1-year anniversary of the riots on June 28th, 1970, thousands of people marched the streets of Manhattan and Stonewall into Central Park, which was then called the Christopher Street Liberation Day, which was America's first gay pride parade.
We love a gay pride parade. And now I understand why New York has their pride so late.
Yeah.
It was coinciding with the date.
Yeah.
Which should have made more sense to me, in hindsight. But, here we are.
The pride chant was "Say it loud, gay is proud." And in 2016, then President Barack Obama designated the site of the riot, Stonewall Inn, and the surrounding areas a national monument to recognize the area's contribution to gay rights.
We love that. And the Stonewall Inn, long may she live.
Stonewall Inn, long may she live. But also don't forget the major players involved. Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Stormy de Larverie, I can't pronounce, and Miss Major Griffin Gracie.
We love Miss Major.
Yes.
Have you been to the Stonewall Inn?
I have. I actually went there last month.
Oh, wow. What is it like inside? Is it like a tourist trap now, or is it like still pretty gay?
It's still pretty gay. There's like 2 floors.
Ooh,
The first floor is like
big.
the first floor is just like a smaller bar, and there's stairs, and it's like a bigger space.
I need to attend at some point in my life.
So Jacob, we know this belongs in the history books because it already is in the history books.
Fair.
But where in the history books would you place this? In our history books?
I feel like it's got to be like in the front, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah. It's got to be in the
Taking, like,
front and also in
3
the
pages.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be included in every single section.
Just
We'll
a
have some
picture of
type of
Marsha P.
college it.
Johnson.
Yes. There's a lot that's related to the Stonewall bar and like the Stonewall riots and all that good stuff. So I think it could be in multiple chapters.
I agree.
Gay court rules. Everywhere.
Yay! Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Exactly. The multiverse is expanding. All right. So that brings us to the saddest part of the show, the ending.
No.
We'll be back for another episode. Don't worry. So at the end of each episode, we give our closing statements where we just share our final thoughts on this week's episode. Ryan, I feel like I always make you go first, so I'll go first. Okay. So my final thoughts are, if you're a corporation, you should sponsor us. I would love to give a shout out to the International House of Pride for being our first sponsor. We will love you always and forever. Perhaps we'll also add that to the gay court history books one day. That being said, celebrate Pride, have a great life, live your best life, and make sure that you recognize the history that got us to this point.
Love that.
Slay. How about you?
My closing statements are both putting a rainbow and taking off a rainbow is both somewhat homophobic but camp. So gay rights for that? Question
Mhm.
mark. Mhm.
Yes. Camp.
Also, don't forget the history it took to get the rights that we have now, gay rights.
Gay rights. And keep fighting for them.
Keep fighting for them. And don't forget the people who brought us here today, like Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Stormy DeLarvery, and Miss Major Griffin Gracie. Because without their fight and activism and all the things they did for this community, we wouldn't be where we are today with the rainbow shit covered crap.
And we probably honestly wouldn't have this podcast either. So
There.
we do have to note it up.
Yeah. So that's my closing statements.
Fantastic. So that was the episode. How do you think we did? If you enjoyed it, be sure to find us on social at Gay Court Podcast. And then my handle is I got Shubach, IGOTSCHUPBACH. And Ryan's is What's Up? It's Ryan, WAZUPITSRYAN. Remember, as always, if you hear this and you do not follow, that makes you homophobic.
Gross.
Also, it's Pride Month, so it's time to Venmo some homosexuals or something. Like, find our Venmos, send us money, give us your coins. I will personally be Venmoing Ryan $25 for his portion of the IHOP gift card. So think about it.
Think about it. Think about it. Yes. And like we said at the top of the podcast, if you'd like to get in contact with us about sponsorships, please send us an email at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. Send us anything you want. Reach our socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Gay Court Podcast.
Oh yeah, we have a TikTok now. It's
We
very
have
exciting.
We have a TikTok.
We're really popular on TikTok.
Also, give us fucking stars on your favorite podcast platform.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because anything less than 5 stars is what?
Homophobic.
Homophobic.
Homophobic. Don't want to be homophobic. You want to be an ally.
Talk, Valentina.
Ally.
Be a Valentina ally. It's fucking pride, bitch. It's fucking pride. Charlie XCX would not be happy if you were a phobe.
This is true. Factually,
It's true.
contractually true.
Mhm. So see you next time. Stay chaotic. Have fun on Pride. And love you, babes.
Bye.
Bye.
Gay Court is a Perfectly Done Toast podcast production. Perfectly Done Toast podcast productions loves the LGBTQ plus community.